Here, this is Point Black coming in hard and off the car. Coming with that flow straight from the barrel. And coming with that heat from the damn street. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late and the great edition and the get edition as well. You know what I'm saying? To the fox crack backs and the boom bip to the line and slicks. Because this is what we must do. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, you know, it's time for us to see and know what is happening in our world. We need everybody to get on board. We want everybody on board. We want everybody doing what they're supposed to do, making them reports, getting it in, making sure that the people getting the right amount of information. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. Getting the right information and hearing the right words that should be said. You know what I'm saying? We got the hackers hacking. We got and we got all kinds of crazy people doing all kinds of crazy things, trying to, you know, out there. So a lot of people who may be political and giving good analyzation and journalism got to be careful because as we get closer to 2024, believe me, the attacks are going to come. We know how they roll. They're so obvious, in many ways. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to try to attack us. You know what I'm saying? But we must stand firm and keep the reports going. No matter which one of us it may be, we must stay steady and steadfast on the mission. It's not about only Trump, and it's not. Yeah, it's about Trump right now, but in more ways than one. It's not about both of them, Trump nor Biden, or any other candidate. But it's not. What it's about is about the people understanding their position. Your position is not to run like a scared little rat every time the demon Democrat, you know what I'm saying, do some garbage like what we saw in the back, what we call 2020. We see where they have done many things, you know what I'm saying, in all kind of chickatackle ways. You know what I'm saying? And this goes across the planet as well. So hear me clear while you're busy hacking and, doing whatever you do. That cornball piece of shit. Yeah, we ain't got time for that. This is about the people standing up for their rights as the power that they possess in the Constitution. Like I said, when we get this together, then we will be able to respect our country. Like people will say stuff like what should we do to get this back in order? You know what I'm saying? One of the things we could do is respect the Constitution as it stands. Second thing we need to do is finalize and fixalize the Constitution in a better stand as well. That is, what is there remains there. You know what I'm saying? And what is rightfully wrong must be removed. One of the things that must be removed that we are always discussing about is them putting in the Constitution that black people are three-fifths of a human being. That's bullshit. You know it is. You have never proven the DNA test to prove that. And even when you find fossils and all this and that and the third, it still leads back to where? Black people. So we've got to start to look at this thing from a more brighter perspective. It is not just about the candidates and the president. It's about the people having the power to be able to check the president, to be able to put the president in the place that he should be. It's about putting, the right candidates in office who is going to do the job and not do the child uh, slave sex trafficking and bullshit like that and pedophilia and all. So this goes for movie stars, actors, and any high official or oligarchs in our country who think they're so rich that they could just take human life as a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is the attitude that has been going on for a very long time, especially with the democratical mind frame and the totalitarianism or whatever they call that shit. You know what I'm saying? That Marxism and all kinds of socialism and all kind of ism and schism and bullshit like that. And people have to stand up and start to check these presidents. You know what I'm saying? Keep an eye on them. Watch them strong. This is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Watch them strong. Lead with the eyes of a hawk or the falcon. You know what I'm saying? And watch them with all your might. You know what I'm saying? This is the job of many. Now, I didn't say put yourself in harm's way. Let me just give my disclaimer. I didn't say that. I said watch them sharply. Watch every news, cast, report, everything, so we can analyze the truth. You know what I'm saying? We can analyze the truth that needs to be checked by facts. You know what I'm saying? As to what it is that's going on in our government and with our lawmakers and elected officials. Too much shit has slipped through the cracks of many of these officials, going all the way from Merrick Garland, Lloyd Austin, Alejandro, whatever his name, Marquez, Wary, and many other officials, including the so-called fake ass, cheating ass, wannabe president, creepy Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to have to say that about her. But she's very disappointing because we know for well that's what she was going to do. And the poor thing did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You could tell by who she's married to. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? So we don't have to say no more because if we check the cultural background, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I knew she was going to do this dumb shit. Same thing with Obama. Obama was put there to literally take our minds off of 9/11. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't want to give it to an original black man, so they give it to a whatever he is, Arab. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got African in him or wherever he got in him, but you know what I'm saying? But he's an Arab. You could tell by his hair. You know what I'm saying? He shared the same phenotype. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe he's fully African. You know what I'm saying? In no shape or form. He's an Arab. And probably, you know what I'm saying, with that Muslim stuff as well. But that's his business. But he was basically put in there to put a somewhat of a looking black face into the White House to make people believe that the world was going to be saved by a black man. But what they didn't understand is the world was going to be saved by a fake ass wannabe black man, Arab punk. You know what I'm saying? Gay or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be frank. You know what I mean? And we knew that. You know, I knew that when I saw Reverend Wright jumping up to his defense when he was accused of the gay club, I knew right then and there that that's what it was. He had something to do with it. You know what I mean? Ain't no way something like that's going to be mentioned and there is no truth to it in its full light. So while people thought he was going to be the savior that he was going to be, he turned out to be the devil in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Posing as a black man. You know what I'm saying? Very sad thing that they have done. You know what I mean? Further driving that narrative of my people. You know what I'm saying? But it's about us getting together, doing what we have to do, watching these elected officials in our government to make sure that things that is That should be getting done is getting done. The things that need to be quelled is getting quelled, and the peace across the planet is in its fullness thereof. You know what I'm saying? Not even go if Trump is to win office again, which we're fighting for because he's the best candidate for that at this time. You know what I'm saying? We still have to watch him as well. I understand and I feel the same way. I'm fighting for the same cause. You know what I'm saying? But any elected official that takes office from here on out must be watched thoroughly, not just agreed upon to be a part of. Gotta get some oil in my hair. You know, a part of a democratical party without any background check. The hair is dry. And without any background check, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you wash your hair too much and it even makes it worse. No smell, but clean as well, but your hair, your scalp needs to be greased, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to black people. You know what I'm saying? But from here on out, we have to watch them. You know what I'm saying? We have to watch every move. It's not about an elected official getting to office. I don't give a damn if he's a senator, judge, lawyer. I don't care if he was a congressman, assemblyman, whatever. Any elected official in your town, country, or anywhere must be watched thoroughly at all times. We cannot afford to be lacking on our world in which we live, or one day we're going to be admitting to its destruction by the hands of the bees. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, six Baphomet statues in front of six state buildings in the South. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't worrying about that because we can blow those things to smithereens. You know, people got to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Give my disclaimer. I'm not telling you to do that, but we have to remove them, and that's the point blank. It doesn't have no place in the United States. So by you giving us a black man Obama talking about he coming in here and everybody crying, a black man is about to save the world. Oh my God, a real superhero, real heroes coming over me. The people were crying at the inauguration, dropping tears, and the black man about to save them. You know, and they're gonna see some final justice, sort of like what we thought we would see in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? When Nelson Mandela, you know what I'm saying, got out of his situation and was able to regain himself as some kind of president in the uh, 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 in South Africa, turned out to be betrayal in its fullness in more ways than one. You know what I mean? And I did not see what I needed to see in him. I even was there when he gave that inaugural speech. I did not agree with many things he said. Many things he said. I couldn't believe Nelson Mandela was even talking like that. So I'm wondering what really happened to him while he was locked up. You know what I'm saying? And then he even turned his back on Winnie Mandela and the struggle. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one for me. You know what I mean? Winnie Mandela should have slapped the taste out of his mouth while she had a chance. But at the same time, long live the goddess herself, Winnie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call her Mandela. I mean Winnie. You know what I'm saying? You can keep the Mandela part, and I respect her because that was her man, whatever. But at the same time, the goddess reigned supreme. She was a true warrior. You know what I'm saying? And she was a fighter for righteousness and the cause. Of course, everybody has some form of something here and there. And I'm not talking about that she did it wrong. I'm just saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that everybody has something here and there. But to me, Winnie stood fast in what she was supposed to do. She could lay down through our struggles and find rest. You know what I'm saying? Long live the goddess Winnie. You know what I'm saying? But when we elect these people into office, and even when it comes to our foreign affairs and we elect these people into office, we cannot allow them to just run around the planet Earth and carry on. We cannot allow them to sit in the United States and talk about they're gonna make foreign deals and this and that on the phone and all this type of shit going on, and then next thing we jumped up into a Ukraine war that has no bearing on anything else because Ukraine can be a very, to me, Ukraine was always kind of, I would say it's I would say it was a corrupt state. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? A very corrupt state. Many people say the same thing. I've always said about Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? They had this racist Nazism type, you know what I'm saying, bullshitical mind frame. You know, Zelensky's a proof of that with his corrupt ass. You know what I'm saying? And when you elect these people into these positions in Ukraine or wherever countries or wherever you're doing it, to me, you know what I'm saying, oh, and more on the Ukraine than the fact that Zelensky did what he did and Biden did what he did, and now they're saying that they're going to set them in and all of this and that. And the third goes to show, you know what I'm saying, the Luciferianism that is, because Biden said that we were not going to be involved, you know what I'm saying, it had nothing to do with us. You put us in NATO nations against the will of the people. See what I'm talking about? When you elect these people into these offices, you put us in the position of having to deal with these clowns and their bullshit. And then many of what their bullshit is detrimental in all ways. You know what I'm saying? From health, from the health, the wealth, the care of the people, you know what I'm saying? The nutrition of the people, you know what I'm saying, which falls under health, the agriculture, the the economical status of the people itself, and all type of dictatorial shit. There is no way there should be poor people on the streets of New York. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to the issue of the migrant issue, but there should be no way that that should be. So when we elect these officials in office, we are sitting up there because you want to be demon democratical in the demon democratical cult. You want to be a part of that and signing contracts and they're bribing and they're doing all kinds of secret little missions here and there and I guess they're pulling everybody not brains in and they totally voted, you know what I'm saying, all around the board. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe Biden even got a vote in 2020. I can't believe Hillary Clinton even tried to put up a challenge against excuse me, against Trump and was getting any votes at all. If people only know what she had done and seen the evidence, you know what I'm saying, of the demon democratical bullshit on the surface of the earth and probably even under the surface of the earth. Will first scare the daylights probably out of you and make you probably puke and then hit you with gut wrenching, you know what I'm saying, which going to make you puke because when you see it, it's going to be gut wrenching in itself and all kind of blood sucking and garbage shit going on. Like as if we gave them the right by election to do these things, making foreign deals, involved in Sudan and all kinds of corruptions in Egypt, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so on. And then when we look at the people that's involved in Egypt, they don't belong there. So they have been tantalizing the minds of the people to believe that it's all right for them to invade people's land using our military. I don't know about other countries because they're on some bullshit as well, and their country people need to stand up and shut their shit down. Same as we saw in Sudan. You know what I'm saying? There should be in Sudan and Ethiopia. Our people should be coming militarily to defend. the refugees, Sudan and Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying, the land of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Where are they? Are there no more black lions, you know what I'm saying, out there? You know what I'm saying? When we hear the atrocities of Ethiopians crossing the border because they running from conflict, meanwhile the Arabians are sitting there picking them off like a chicken wing, picking them off like a turkey shoot with their crazy eggs. You know what I'm saying? They like the turkey shoot, like what they did to black people. So when we look at this situation here, we see where people, you know what I'm saying, have allowed a lot of this behavior due to the mind frame. And the mind frame was very sick to the point it got to this point. So when you elect these people into office, where is the fact checking? Where is the security measure that this cannon don't go loose and become a loose cannon? That's what Creep Joe Biden is. He's a loose cannon. Him, his son, his family, the whole nine. Kamala as well. Hillary Clinton as well. And the killing Clinton. Bush, the donkey ass, fucking jackass Jr. His father. You know what I'm saying? And many, many other presidents. You know what I'm saying? Very, very rare there was one, maybe Andrew Jackson, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them that had a good understanding. But when we elect these people, you know what I'm saying? Even like Pete Joe Biden, look at the scandals and the shit that came on. Now you could sit back and ask yourself this question: well, how did you get away with all of that? How did you get away with all that? Well, you kept voting the demon Democrats back in, listening to their garbage, rather than doing the checking for yourself and the historical facts of the party you're following, and you totally discriminated against the Republican Party to make them look like jackasses and they have no power. You know what I'm saying? When black people should have been up in there by the hundreds of thousands, but I guess if they did that, would have did their job or would have signed contracts. Because we know the Caucasians and many of them did that. So we know that's a given without saying. But when we talk about people and the mission of our people and the freedom of our people and the maintenance of our people and the economic studies in which they live and looking out for the small man, looking out for the poor, you know what I'm saying, the black farmers, looking out for the mentally disabled, you know what I'm saying, looking out for the women, looking out for the children, you know what I'm saying, and all these factors you put these people in there, and then when we look at what's going on based on the connections of all the dots, it leads back to the same clown set of group that you keep voting in. You know what I'm saying? Knowing full well their racism and their garbage. You know, and in more ways, we all are guilty of not stepping up and doing our part. That's right. I ain't gonna say you only, child. You know what I'm saying? All of us talking about we love America and it's the freest country, and meanwhile you look at many many blue states. You know what I'm saying? They got the black people blowing their brains out by the millions. So who corrupted their mind to go in the opposite direction against their own people, using gangs, drugs, guns, and gangs to do it? Infiltrating this into the neighborhood. So we see the affiliation of many different groups of people that orchestrated that systematic vibe. You know what I'm saying? And psychologically made people believe that the even Democrats voted to free you. The Democrats voted to keep you in slavery. You know what I'm saying? And many other groups as well. Even the Irish themselves endorsed slavery. When it came time to vote, the Irish voted no. figuring that when the black people get free, they'll take their jobs or whatever it was at that time that they had voted on. I think it was back in Lincoln time or so and so. You know what I'm saying? And they voted no. Or it might have even been before, I'm not sure. But they voted no. You know? It was way earlier time. But they voted no. That's the point. You know? Probably because they figure we would have taken their jobs, this, that, and the third. And they probably had racist views along with trying to fit into America as a Caucasian themselves. You know what I'm saying? For various reasons. I'm not going to make excuses for them, but they also endured slavery as well. We know that. Many of the white race endured slavery. But they hid it, you know, to make you believe that they were superior and these things don't happen to white people because we're gods. But we have white people have to get off that bullshit as well. You know what I'm saying? Just like we have niggas out there doing dumb shit, and they are the processing of the gods that came before. And look at the garbage that their black ass is doing. You got a lot of good brothers and sisters out there doing good, powerful work. Good, powerful work. But the rest of them is ruining it for us, especially the ones signing the contracts, getting millions of dollars, and we don't see none of it that you scream about how you struggling in the hood and how you holding your back and you looking for ops and all this and that. What the fuck is you talking about? Really? The cornball shit has really set in, as I can see.